game. I just saw a tweet that says, when my daughter asked why I've named her Game 7 Buddy Hield, with tears in the eyes. And that is exactly why. 9 threes for Buddy Hield, making his career high for the season even. Yeah. I mean, this is just unreal.
Can that fit on a birth certificate?
I mean, I don't even know if you could put a number
how many characters
but here you go.
33 points, 9 of 11 from 3, 2 blocks, 2 steals. But also his start to the game meant that the Warriors were not playing from behind. That has been trouble in some of these games, some of these losses, game 5, game 6. So while Steph was only 1 of 7 in the first half, Buddy Hield kept them afloat, and then they could make those halftime adjustments and then get some of the other guys going. We need to hear from Buddy Hield at the podium right now.
Buddy, Draymond said that when you walk in, you were walking a little pep in your step, like you even walk a little bit different today. Was there something just about this day that you felt like, okay, you're going to get it going?
I told Draymond I'm playing a big game tonight. No, but I was just locked in, just trying to find my joy. And I've never been in a situation before, and just trying to seize the moment and relish the moment, and just be in the moment at the same time and enjoy the moment. And it was fun. A lot of nerves at first though, so I gotta be myself. If I'm not acting normal in the locker room, everybody, it's not normal. So just trying to be myself. But tonight was fun. All glory to God.
How'd you get rid of those nerves? That just that first shot going in, that do it, or?
I was talking to Lone earlier, and I was like, man, I'm so glad I'm starting tonight, because I don't know how it have been coming to the bench, because coming to the bench for the game 7 is being really hard, So just starting to get all the jitters out. It's a childhood's dream, We all talk about game 7s. We all want to play in game 7s, but that actually playing in the game 7 and getting prepared for it is one of the hardest things ever. And I'm just, thank God for my mom and everybody that prepared me, put me in a situation that I can be prepared, being mentally and spiritually prepared for this. And my teammates, of course, Jimmy and Steph and Dre, those vets, they've been in the fire before and they know what it's like, and the spot of their lead.
Steph and Clay over the years have talked about what it's like to be in the zone where it feels like the basket's enormous and everything's going in. What does it feel like for you tonight when you get hot like that?
Yeah.
And unrelated, what did Jimmy say to you after the game?
It was, being in the zone is very spiritual, it's just you and that rim and the net and the ball, and you just figuring it out. And sometimes you put anything up and it just goes in, but just being at peace with your game. No, Jimmy didn't say nothing to me yet. I'm not gonna get on Jimmy yet. I'm gonna keep it calm. But today I had to fill this role in for them in the first half. He was slacking, but we all weathered the storm, and it was a great team win collectively. Everybody they did everything in spurts, and we finally get out the zone.
You talk about being when you made that really footer.
Yeah. When I shot it, I know I had a chance, and I didn't know it was going there. I know I had a chance, and it was. Like I say, I always want to give it a chance. And I felt when that opened up, when I went in, that just helped me really come more relaxed. And I didn't celebrate too much because I know we had 3 more quarters to go.
You mentioned this is your first time through it with this team. What was Draymond's speech like last night? What did that mean, just hearing that and knowing about this team, knowing about him, and have him talk about his own accountability, talk about what this means to him and to everybody?
It just shows true leadership. That's what it's meant. That's what leadership is about. He let us know that in game 6 he wasn't being himself, and I'm sure y'all talked to him what he said, but just him just letting us know what we had to do to complete this mission tonight. And it was fun listening to him, and just like I say, I wanted to play right then because it gave me so much chills. It was very emotional, and guys was nodding their head, and when a guy like that speak, who's won 4 championships, who's been in the finals 6 times, he know what it takes to win. And just having that confidence and phone his lead, he's just true professional, true leader, and a true example.
But his zone defense turned out to be a big part of this series tonight on both ends of the floor. What can you say about how you guys defended them and how y'all attacked their zone?
We finally cracked the make shot to get the zone. They stopped playing the zone. That was the deal, but we couldn't figure it out. And after that, I think tonight we used Steph different, and we didn't kept him on the ball, and we was able to adjust to a lot of things. And like I say, for you to be a zone, you got to make shots. And we made shots, and we took them out of it, and we forced them to guard players like Steph and Jimmy, and we know that they're all world in that categories, and we're just trying to make them go one-on-one against our best players.
I'm so happy that Buddy mentioned that zone, because that was the factor that had disrupted everything Warriors were doing this entire series, and Buddy shot them out of that zone. Also want to mention that Buddy had 0 turnovers, and for the series only had 3. And last but not least, Steph hit the night-night, but it was on Buddy's 3. That's special.
That is special. And as you mentioned, I'm still going back to that stat. Buddy had 0 points in game 6, turned around and had 33 in this game. And after game 5 and after game 6, you have to think the Rockets were like, we will dare you to shoot. Yeah. Fine. We're going to do other things. We're going to chase around Steph. We will leave you open and live with it. Yep. And Buddy said, okay. And then he rode like a horse out of that arena. So yes, that kind of lead meant, Buddy's start and making sure the Warriors weren't playing from behind. The Rockets only had the lead for 13 seconds in this game, and the lead was 2. Wow. It never got out of hand like the other ones. Now, listen, credit to the Rockets for, they got within 3 or 4 kind of late. They just didn't have it. They ended their season 52-30. They were the 2 seed. They are a young, up-and-coming team, but they ran into some experience. Again, the nightmare fuel that the Warriors give the Rockets. That's kind of led by Draymond Green. We got to make sure we talk about this game, because a storyline coming out of this one was the speech that he gave before, the night before, the team dinner leading up to this game, because he was saying his early flagrant foul in game 6 impacted the way that he could play. He needed to play with more poise. What did you see from Draymond Green tonight?
Harris, before this game, I said in our pre-game hit that Draymond needed to have his actions lead the team. And this meant being able to do the right thing on defense and in offense, particularly taking and looking for his own shot and making sure that that was the focal point of the game. What can I do to directly positively impact this game? Now, you might have looked at that first play with the Fred VanVleet foul and say, ooh, where's this going to go? But if you watch the cameras closely, you saw Jimmy Butler calming him down, holding on to Draymond and saying, relax, we got it, we need you. Yeah. Exactly. And you saw Draymond shake his head and was disappointed in the situation, but he locked right back in. Yeah. You saw him taking his threes. The first 2 buckets of the game was a 3-pointer by Draymond and a 2-pointer by Draymond. Immediately, he set the tone. And I love the maturity that Draymond said. He said he was embarrassed after the last game, and he thought about wanting to play for this game immediately after the last one. So everything from the way that Draymond showed up in this game tonight, from being able to score, being able to assist, the second most assists in this entire series, everything was a direct explanation and a result of how he felt from the last game and how he wanted to show up in this one.
Yeah, and then you also had, so we talk about Draymond's two-way game, the things that he has to deal with, this 2-headed monster of their huge centers who have him with 5 inches, 30 pounds, but Draymond added in the scoring department too, something that was very important, 16 points, just connecting the game for everybody and himself.
And looking for the layups when they were available to him, looking for his shot. But you talked about that defense. We know that Draymond is a defense kind of jack of all trades, but what you saw tonight was on a different level. I mean, the way that he stopped and protected the rim at 6'6", there were so many shots that he deterred with Steven Adams and Alperen Şengün. He kept pushing Alperen Şengün off the block, making him have these uncharacteristic turnaround jumpers. There was no counter move that Şengün could have against Draymond. Living rent free in his head. It was a masterclass by Draymond being able to show his two-way game that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, these kind of performances help give the Warriors the lead at halftime. They can make some adjustments. Steph can start to get free a little.
What's your favorite team? Comment below, and if you liked the video, please leave a like. This really helps the channel grow and brings you even more content. Oh, and if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all notifications. With each game, we notice that the NBA is getting more competitive every day, and all the teams are looking for reinforcements to win the championship. And only here can you follow your favorite team daily with incredible content from different sources. Here on the channel, there are new videos every day with analysis, curiosities, and the best moments in basketball. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for following along. The NBA doesn't stop, and neither do we. Until the next video. NBA, the passion that connects us.